Hey, how's it going, guys? Shout out to Team Honey Badger here. That's me, guys. A tournament report for day 2 of ARG Nationals. So, on day 1, the actual national tournament, I played Gears. Yeah, didn't go too well. I think if I had a lot more time to practice the deck, I would have done a bit better, but who's to say I was the top? But I think I would have done a little bit better. But for day 2, I switched to Sanctuary Guard for their Circuit Series, right? I went straight up undefeated and I got first place in the rankings, but top 8 decided to split because we were all tired. But the bracket said I got it, so we got the Hari mat, pretty nice. It was a great day overall. I had a great time meeting people who watch me, meeting people I watched. Like, had a great time meeting Brian, T. Woobermatch, Mason Clark, and Sam, and of course Darren from Science of Vanguard. And I also met Jorge from TI Solution, but he was doing Force of Will. But overall, great weekend. I hope I get to go back soon. That was a great experience, and I can't wait to go to more tournaments to meet more of you and more people I look up to. So, without further ado, let me jump into my tournament report. So, ever since I lost to this hybrid blaster MLB Think Saber, the guy knows who he is, shouts to Richard, I kept thinking, yeah, I should have played Saint Blaster because I'm a lot more comfortable with this deck in terms of my competitive play because I've taken it to multiple tournaments and I've done well with it. But what can I do? I made the choice. But for day 2, I better make sure I come back and do well with this deck. So I get there, had a great judge. His name was Brandon. Happy belated, bro. And we get there, sign up, and I meet up with my local crew. Let me shout them out because it was great having people that I know from my local area be there. So we all support each other throughout the tournament. Shouts to James. James actually got third place in the seed for top 16 at ARG Net, but he lost in top 16 to Sam. And then William, I played him, Gloria, and Bailey. They were all played very well this past weekend. So, get there. My round 1 opponent is William, and William is playing Prisms. So, Prisms is always a decently okay matchup for me because it's a matter of can you outpace them early because they have a really strong turn 2. Arguably one of the strongest turn 2s in the game with the proper setup. But he won game 1, so I had to come back 2-0. And that's what I just did. He started to get conservative and just go for my rear guards. And through that, I was just able to pull ahead because some prism effects have to hit the Vanguard. And by just going for my rear guards, I was just able to aggress a little bit harder. And it was definitely one of those times where I wish I played Holy Knight Guardians. But just going in, and because he saw, I didn't see him drive check any perfect guards, I was able to use Same Blow, and it just closed it out in game 2. And then game 3 was just standard. He went for this one push turn. He needed a double crit to win because he went on Olivia. He only got one of the crits, so it just left him with a whole bunch of damage. Did a whole bunch of combo, and that's how I won that round 1. So round 2 was against this guy named Jose. He played Sanctuary Guard, and it was a pretty back and forth mirror match. Of course, I lost game 1. And then I had to come back in games 2 and 3 in order to get the win because he threw his Lou down early. So from there, I just knew I had to kill that thing before he could stride. So that's exactly what I did. And going back to that game, the limit break of Sanctuary Guard definitely came in clutch and won the game for me because I was using most of my cards in hand to defend, pushed me to 5 early, and just being able to swing it like a truck with this deck, pretty strong. And then round 3, what did I face round 3? Round 3, I played against Chaos Breaker. Yeah, Chaos Breaker. Okay, so what I was able to do there round 3 I played against Thavas. Okay, so Thavas was Brian from Team Revenge. So sorry I forgot that order. And Thavas, the fact of the matter is that I was just able to outpace him early game and pull ahead. And that's basically it. he hit no defensive triggers, and Sanctuary Guard's able to capitalize on that, getting most decks to a high damage count before they ride to 3 and can stride. And then that's where you take advantage of Regale when they don't hit defensive checks as well. So, that's how I won round 3. Round 4 was against Chaos Breaker. Chaos Breaker, definitely a hard matchup for this deck, but what I do against Chaos Breaker, I fill up my board, since this deck has multiple ways to fill up its board as soon as possible, so they can't stride Chaos Universe. If you fill up your board faster, they're forced to stride something else instead of Chaos Universe, so they can't call a card from your hand to an open rearguard circles locked. Even though he was able to big crunch, that still left one column open. So I was able to rewrite Sanctuary Guard, search out the Barkle, and then I had the Lu in hand, so that was an extra 3 attacks while he wasn't able to get any of his limit breaks off in both games because I just filled up my board. I like to fill up my board against Chaos Breaker even if it costs me card advantage because that'll help me a lot later on as we go forward in the game. And then after that, I played Gears. Shouts to Jasper. I had a great time meeting you. Now Jasper has this strategy of after he cuts, he puts the bottom. It always had me thinking what was on the bottom. But I played him in the Circuit Series, and he played the same deck he did, which is Gears. So I just remembered how that matchup went, and I thought of a different way now that I'm playing my usual thing. Rushed it early, just pull ahead as soon as possible, and stuff like that with Sanctuary Guard. I got a little sassy that game, I'll admit. But definitely the limit break came in clutch too, because I could have tried this one turn, but I was already at 4 damage, so the limit break just went in for, I believe it was 31, yeah, because I had 5 grade 1 rearguards. And that was basically how round 5 went, so we're still undefeated. And then round 6, this is the last round before we cut to top 8. This was against Kevin. Now Kevin played Gears as well. And just through my experiences playing Gears throughout the weekend, and what I know I'm supposed to do against Gears with my Sanctuary Guard deck, just able to pace him in the early game and pull ahead early. And that's basically what this deck does. You want to get your opponent to a high damage count before they stride or ride to grade 3. So when you stride Regale, they're already at a high count, and you can just pull ahead from there. But yeah, it was a great weekend. Shouts to all my opponents. Y'all were super fun to play. And I had a great time meeting everybody. And I hope to go to more of these events to meet more people. So, top 8 decided to split because we were all tired. And I think it was the right move because we were all super tired. I was just getting off of a cold. So, shouts to Domino Paris 21. I pulled a Domino Paris at ARG Nats like he did. But I'm just gonna go, and I got a box of GBT09 and 10 plus 10 packs of it. I pulled pretty well actually. Got some nice Aquaforce. Got a lot of Aquaforce. So without further ado, let me actually just jump into my deck profile because I think most of you want to see it. It's basically the same list I taught ARG States with. It hasn't really changed. It will change in 2 weeks once we get ARC, and definitely look forward to that. So for grade 3's 4 Sanctuary Guard Dragon, shouldn't be a surprise, and I just stuck with the 2 guarantee. I was thinking of playing the Alt Mile, but I just think the consistent Sanctuary Guard names is good. Next we play 4 Blaster Blade, 4 Lu, 4 Benon, and 1 Twin Sword. So, Twin Sword's just there, because I know some people are starting to take him out and play something else or not play him at all. He's just there because if you don't have a proper board, he can just help replenish it or fill it up and create some nice combo plays with Lu. And I just like the 4 Lu just so I can see them more often. Same with the Benon. And we just play 4 Blastoid because the 4th one actually came up. It was this one against Chaos Breaker. And I actually had to go into it, so definitely happy I stuck with the 4. Next we play 4 Laurel Knight Sisylis. got a Stride. I want to get these hollowed out because this is definitely becoming my go-to deck. So I want to do something with it. And we play 4 Hopekeeper. This, of course, is your Brave PG. Definitely came in clutch the whole day because by throwing it down when I have 5 grade 1 rear guards, it attacks for 23 by itself. If you have the Brave, and with a booster behind it, 7k booster, it's 30. So it's pretty powerful column. Throw down at least 5, but maximum 5 cards to block it if they're on a 10k Vanguard. Next we play 4 Miron. Miron, of course, I have this theory where I should play as much Miron as I do play Beton, so just consistency. 2 Barkle, just for the name. Definitely nice seeing these early game, so I could do the Lou play turn 2. And for triggers, we play 8 crit, 4 draw, 4 heal. Not much more to say other than damage checking these draws in a format where this deck is slowly getting outpaced on the Stride turns. Pretty good. And because I want to see my combo pieces early game, these draws definitely help me draw into them more and create more advantageous plays to where my opponents had a hard time breaking through my hand. And lastly, we play Milius. Standard. Searches out any combo piece you're really looking for. And yeah, that's pretty much the main deck. Now to the Strides. So the Strides, we play 3 Regale. Regale, of course, very good. I'm going to bump him up to 4 when Arc comes out because a lot of the toolboxing you do with Arc. So it's like, is there really a need to play Venus anymore in this deck? So it's basically what I'm thinking to do with the future of this deck. 4 All Mile, pretty standard. Actually, only used them once the whole weekend. What I did use a lot was Saint Blow. Now, Saint Blow, definitely going in early when I know my opponent doesn't have any perfect guards. Forcing them to guard, really good. It came up like twice. Next we play 1 Fidesz. Fidesz, of course, first Stride. Helps you get set up. Never used it. We'll take it out for a Force Regale. And for my G-Guards, shouldn't surprise people, we play 2 Laser Guard. I mainly went into these. I only used Dismal once. These are like the only 3 I used, and then the third one was just Screw. I just used it as like, okay, am I really gonna use this? So I'll just use it as my first G guard if I don't require a Laser Guard to defend the attack. Because honestly, we do have a lot of dead cards in here, such as the Margles, which we could turn into 10k shields. But I don't think he's as useful as I thought he would be going forward during that day. So, because most Chrono Jet players are now on G. They don't use original Chrono Jet as much. So I'm just thinking that, is Screw worth it going forward? Let me know your thoughts on that. It's definitely a good discussion topic, and leave your comment down below. Should I take out Screw and play, what's that card called? Hold on, I have it right here. This card right here, Andragius. Now you guys know I used to play this card in favor of a second Saint Blow pair. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of this card and versus that card in the comments below. I know it's continuous, so it might not always go off. But if I play one, I'll just get 1 SP. It's pretty neat. Alright, so anyway guys, thank you all for watching. Had a great time in Orlando. Nice trip. Fun for the whole family. Definitely recommend you guys visit Orlando. And I had a great tournament time. Shouts to everyone once again. So anyway guys, thank you for watching. Have a great day. See you all next time, and Merry Christmas.